Good evening, and we are here at Dallas Fort Worth. Today we'll be flying to New Orleans. There's no Vatsim event, and at Fort Worth there's no ATC available. So it seems to be the case that there's no other Vatsim user online, at least over here at this airport. If there is, it's quite a big airport, and yeah, oh, look at that tram, Skylink. So yeah, I just a while back, before I started streaming, there was a FedEx MD-11 taking off from this runway. That's why I had my camera zoomed in over here. So we are here. We are flying Southwest. We are Southwest 4344. And we're in the PMDG 737-800. So let's get down there. Let's put the drone camera down there. Okay, let's try GSX, if it will behave. Let's try assembly flight plan. Yeah, operate the jetway. We'll use Delta. Nice connection. And here we have the air stairs also. Right, and let me check if my announcement's back. The Universal Announcer, it's a free program. I find it very useful. Yeah, it's all right, it's done. I hope my voice is clear. My throat isn't that, is a bit blocked or coarse. I mean, a bit, yeah. So here we are. Let's jump into the cockpit. And we are going to be flying down south, southwest to New Orleans. Where is it? It's KMSY. Let's just load the flight plan. There we go. It's a 1 hour 15-minute flight. So here we are. That's done. Weather is clear. Live weather, live time. And request refueling.
Refueling truck is on its way.
I better get my checklist. Texaco would do. Texaco will do. Too late.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Okay. Now for the preliminary safety inspection. Yeah, we're in that phase of the flight, so might as well add that in the chat comments. Right, let's get busy. Okay, there seems to be a bit lag. Internet's a bit laggy today. Right. Thrust levers idle.
Fuel truck is in
Flaps are up.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck
Speed
arrives
brake
and ask to do
retracted.
it.
Chocks. Then parking brakes off. Yes. Battery on. External ground power on. Hydraulic pumps can go on. And landing gears down. External lights position to steady. It's not dark outside. So let's see fuel tricks on
Please
the.
use your
Okay.
aircraft fuel system to set the desired fuel
So
quantity.
let's just AIRAC done. Pause in it. KDFW. Gate is Alpha 25. Didn't ask me for putting in the surprising. Fine. Request flight plan from SimReef. Set the fuel. That will get the. Set the payload. Select route. This should get the refueling done. Yeah. Actually, we have more fuel than we need. So we are unloading fuel. I wonder how that will show up in the receipt, the bill that SimReef provides me. We have more fuel in the tanks. Oh, actually it's not progressive refueling, it's okay. Load. It's a short route. I can put that in the chat also. You just have to type exclamation mark and Nightbot will reply. Yes, Zalea, Sweep, and LSU. So here we are. Zalea, direct to sweep, sweep, or LSU. That's it. Execute. According to assembly flight plan, we're supposed to depart sorry about that, 36 right, and that's a funny name for a SID. It says Mrs. SH. Just now I have to look at this. I have to look at this invoice from Lukoil. Okay. They offloaded, so the amount is sales tax. We still pay $2,199. Okay. Okay. Right. How hot is it? It's 37 degrees. Ooh. I better get the air cart. So FS actions, ground services, air conditioning cart request. Here it is. And I better turn off the packs because, yeah, they're off. They're off. Yeah, so I was saying we are supposed to take off from runway 36 right, Mrs. H3 departure. So back to departure arrival. 36 right. Yes. Mrs. H3. And yeah, Zalea, that's our first waypoint in the route. That transition, that takes care of that. Arrival, we do have Houston Center online that's covering New Orleans. So they will most probably give us some approach later on. So I'm not going to add that. Back to the preliminary safety inspection and pre-flight procedures. Fault and op fire test done. Squibs. Okay, and I forgot. Should go to standby. We've been given a. There's auto ATC in the states in Vatsim, so that gives us a squawk code usually, and there's no controller online, so that's going to be 3027. 3027, squawking 3027 according to the auto ATC. And what's the the CTAF. .ctaf KDFW. Messages .ctaf KDFW. CTAF frequency for KDFW is 126,550. 126. And this can go to guard. There we go. Right, extinguisher test done, emergency exit lights, armed and guarded, cabin attendant. And takeoff configuration warning. Sorry, wrong key. Right. Cargo fire system.
Global traffic, American 1655, short final runway 18 right.
Gear pins, manual gear extension. Are these the gear pins? Circuit breakers check, flight recorder. Test. Normal. Oh yeah, Mac has peak. There you go, it's working today. Stall warning tests complete.
Traffic Walker 4893, clear 17 center at Mike 6, we're going to cross 17 right and
Air says go to DAF. Shouldn't take more than 6-7 minutes. Seven minutes to alignment. And parking brake. Oh, sorry, wrong key. I'm used to
Traffic Walker 4893, clear 1.
I'm used to my previous key bindings for the views, but I've changed them recently. So that's why you see me going to that view over and over again. Okay, parking brake set. And electrical hydraulic pumps are on. Right. Let's check the overhead. How it's not hot. It's hot here. Take some time to cool down. It will take some time to cool down. Right. Now we've done the payload. We can board the passengers now.
Boarding requested.
Loaders and carts, they'll take some time. FMC I've already initialized. Done the route, I've done the departure, arrival, not doing that right now. Init ref. Set RS position. Why didn't I get this before? Yeah. Init ref route perf init. So don't do that right now.
Morning. Wanted to serve you or Brenda, Alan, Kelsey, and Barbara. You brought any alcohol on board?
Cost index of 80.
You do need to wait until you get to your destination.
Somebody's gone
The
crazy.
overwing window exit roads designated emergency exit road preceded in this
Philip
road
Trust
for about safety information.
over X 5 cross runway 1, 80 left, and then see detected 2, 10 runway,
As that we can push back to this gate, make sure seatbelts are securely fastened, seat back and tray tables are in their full upright and locked position, and all your carrying items, handbags, purses, totes, backpacks, briefcases, any large laptops over 2 pounds, they all need to go completely underneath the seats in front of you, leaving that area around your feet there. Aircraft is Wi-Fi equipped, free TV, flight tracker, free movie. Thanks for choosing us this morning, and possible morning.
This way, please. Good afternoon.
The amount of runways that this airport has.
Hello.
29906, 1500 feet acceleration, height,
May I see your
no derating, select temperature 50. $96.2, a bit off. 5.68, trim is 5.68. Flaps 5, takeoff 143, 145, 149.
please?
Flaps 5,
Welcome on board.
5.67, 143, 145. They match. V-speed's done.
May I see your boarding pass?
I know this is unrealistic because you're supposed to get the load sheet after everybody's seated and refueling is done and the baggage has been loaded. But in the PMDG, you don't load the aircraft with GSX, it's just the animations that play. You load the aircraft when you're importing the Simbri flight plan. You load it with fuel and you load the payload also. So all GSX does with the PMDG is it plays the animation of like loading the cargo and the passengers. Right, with that out of the way, light switch.
This way, please. This way, please.
Back to right. Is the cabin actually cooling? Should I turn on the packs? Not gonna make a difference. The packs are on the bleed. Is the cabin actually cooling? It's quite hot in there. All right, let's start the APU. Right, light switch test done, oxygen test. Same mistake. EFIS setup, range 10, traffic, terrain, traffic, and airport. Barometric pressure. Let me get the weather. KDFW from my Vatsim client. Altimeter is 29906. Wind is 190.
New York, Brenda, Alex, Kelsey, and Barbara. If you brought any alcohol on board, you cannot consume it. You do need to wait until you get to your destination. The overwing window exit roads designated emergency exit road. If you're seated in this row, refer to that safety information card located in the seat back pocket in front of you. If you do not meet the selection criteria, do not wish to perform any of the functions, please let us know. And so that we can push back to this gate, make sure seatbelts are securely fastened, seat back and tray tables are in their full upright and locked position, and all your carrying items, handbags, purses, cups, boarding completed.
For traffic, American 2267 taxi runway 17 right via Kilo Echo Golf.
Minimums. Let's get the charts on the screen. So that's our operational flight plan. We're carrying 174 passengers, 4.4 tons of cargo and bags, 7.6 tons of fuel, cost index 80. And yeah, let's zoom in. We are here at gate A5, Alpha 5. We need to take off from runway 36 right, which is on the other side. And 36 right heading is 356. Let me write that down. 356 degrees. Also 606 feet, airport elevation 606 feet. So there's no CTAF frequency here. So we need to add 1500 to this. While we're at it, we'll push back and face south, and we'll take the taxiway Kilo. Push back, face south, go to taxiway Kilo all the way down to Bravo, Kilo Bravo, and then Foxtrot and Whiskey Quebec. We can either take Whiskey Papa
For
or
traffic, American
Whiskey
2267 landing in front of
Romeo.
17 right.
Then we have the Mrs. H3 departure. Sorry about that. For runway 36 right, we climb the runway heading, intercept course 023 to cross MCHL, which is over here above 4,000. Then to board then Jim, and then to Thor. Board and cross Jim to Thor. After Thor, it's Mrs. H and Zillia. So that's our taxi, takeoff, and departure briefing. And 606. And I can set the minimums or the MF ray. That should be 2106. $21,100. Too much. There we go. Minimum set. Clock checked. Flight control and yaw damp on. Navigation all on. Valve lights check. Crossfeed check. And we can turn on the fuel pumps. Fuel pumps are on. Fueling over. Seatbelt signs on. No smoking on, seatbelt signs also on, window heat on. Probe heat as required, hydraulic pumps on. Okay, recirculation valves. Isolation valve open. AP off, AP bleed on. It's on. Flight altitude. $33,000 feet. Landing altitude. New Orleans aerodrome is just 3 feet. So that's sea level. That's also set. Right. The rest is fine. MCP. Flight Director 1. Flight Director 2. Fuel flow reset. Auto brake RTO. Speed brake retracted, flaps up, thrust idle. Parking brake is set. Engine switches off. Stabilizer trim up and guide away. Detector normal, radio setup. Nav-rad setup, ADF setup. Cargo fire detection, normal, weather radar, VXT. I need to get this panel bright. On the right side, VXT. Next we have transponder standby squawk as required. Trim check. Neutral, neutral. Second radio set data. Third radio set data. And stabilizer trim, guarded, flight deck door, auto, auto. Right. Now performance has been done and we can set our trim 5.68. Trim set. MCPIS at V2, which is 149. So V2 is 149. Our runway heading is 356. Cruise altitude 33,000 feet. There we go. There's no ATC, so before pushback there's no ATC, so we can't request IFR clearance. Squawk is set, transponder set, alt off. And before that I need to remove the cart. I'll do it from the co-pilot. Ground services, release. Door should be closed. Close the door. Close all, not open all, close all. Ground services, ground connections. Remove chokes, remove the GPU. If you remove the chokes, it removes the GPU also. Operate stairs. Right, it's getting hot in here. APU has been started for more than 2 minutes, so we can PAX auto and APU bleed on. Right, chokes are removed, ground power disconnected, pre-flight checklist call. Oxygen tested 100%, navigation transfer and display switches normal and auto, window heaters on, pressurization mode selected auto, flight instruments heading altimeter and set, parking brake on, set, engine start levers cut off, pushback, request pushback. Request pushback, and we can turn on the beacon light, anti-collision light.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Right. Once pushback has started, left and right PAX auto off. Yeah.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
It's quite hot. 37 degrees is quite hot. Okay, let's see which stage of flight we are in.
Locking gear.
Right. Chocks are removed. We do, yeah, nose left. You want to face south. Nose left.
Release parking brakes.
Did I do nose left or nose right? I think I did tail left. Intro pushback, yes. Oh, sorry. I have to do that again. Okay, prepare for pushback departure. No. What did I do? What did I do?
Hello, Captain. We are ready for
Oh no, all over again. Okay, she's gone. She's had enough. So we're going to have another marshal or ground crew. Okay. Right.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear.
And let's have a look at this again. Nose right, tail left. Yeah, I did wrong. I want to go south, so nose left, tail right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Just a minute, Honcho. So left and right, yeah. Before start checklist, call flight deck door closed and locked. Fuel 7.6, but it's in pounds, so 16.7. Passenger signs all on. Window locked. MCP V2 heading altitude set. And CD pre-flight completed. Radar trim runs free 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing completed. Anti-collision light on. And let me set the course to 356. There we go. Right. I'm going to release the parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Afterwards, arms and crashes for both.
And now the packs go off. Ground, engine 2. %, N2. Fuel inject. Spar valves go off.
Please set parking brakes.
Sure.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
All right, y'all. We can pretend to have your attention for just a few moments. My two young identical twin son and daughter are going to show you the safety features of Boeing 737 series. I'm so proud of these kids. To properly fasten your seatbelt, climb the flat of the buckle to release, lift up on the buckle. Position your seatbelt high below across your hips like Michael Phelps or the Speedo. If you get mad, you want to take your toys and go home, there's 6 ways to get there. 2 forward exit doors, 2 wing window exits, 2 rear exit doors, signs overhead, just go lights on the floor, leave these exits. Everybody gets a door prize in the seat back pocket in front of you, along with dirty diapers, chewing gum wrappers, banana peels, and all that the gifts you leave for us from time to time. It's a safety information card. Check it out, check it out. You'll notice that we're highly unlikely to visit the captain unless it's their hot tub. Everybody gets their very own teeny-weeny yellow Southwest bikini. One size fits all, but I always told you to some place it over your head, wrap that strap around your waist, buckle it, front, hold it tight. Once outside, pull down the right side, big place, manually inflate blood, give it your shoulder. The flight attendants are coming by, hoping you don't tell them how good looking they are. They're going to make sure your seat backs and tray table are in there, full, upright, and absolutely most uncomfortable position possible. And your carry-on items are crammed and shoved completely into the seat in front of you, leaving absolutely no room here needs working. As you know, it's a no smoking, no whining, no complaints flight. You're so pleased and thank you, and you are such a good-looking flight attendant flight. Smoking is never allowed on board at Southwest. It's got smoking laboratory terms at $2,000, and if you want to bid up your airfare, you should have lost somebody else. If we do make you that nervous for the next 2 hours, you're more than welcome to step outside. We don't discriminate at Southwest. We've got a special smoking section just for you.
The announcements are nice, funny.
Gone in 60 seconds. And the flight attendant serving you running this way to get her motto is if you glide, you can smoke it. Federal law groups can't remove the signal or destroy any smoking detector or webcam within the laboratory. Federal aviation regulations require passenger compliance with the latest passenger information signs and posted placards. Basically, just do what we say and nobody gets hurt. And although we never anticipate a loss in cabin pressure, if we did, we certainly wouldn't be at work tonight. But if you do for us, mask will drop the compartment overhead. Stop screaming, let go of your neighbor, whether that plastic shipping is fully extended, place the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. To activate the flow of oxygen, simply insert 75 cents for the first minute and 60 cents for each additional minute. Although that plastic bag may not inflate, you are receiving lots and lots of jet. Oxygen, that is. And if
Is
you're
that off
traveling
or
with small
on?
children, we're sorry. If you're traveling with more than one child, pick out the one that you think might have the most learning potential down the road. If you're traveling with somebody needing very special assistance, like
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
And that's it for the news and don'ts to show and tell. Sit back and relax, or you can sit up and be tense. Either way, it's a 2-hour flight. Gate to gate, the clock is already ticking. Seriously, y'all, if there's anything at all that we can do to make your flight more enjoyable, please tell us. Just as soon as we land. And if there's anything you can do to make our flight more enjoyable, we'll tell you immediately. We're not shy at Southwest. That's what we call very cheap entertainment. Nobody had to pay extra, but you certainly don't get a refund. Thanks again for choosing Southwest, and welcome aboard. Okay, that's sweet, but cash is all you got.
Unlocking gear.
Okay. Right.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Thank you. Getting late now. Let's go for departure. See the pins. There you go. Nice. Forgot to make a radio call on seat effect. Right. Before taxi, checklist generators on. Probe heat on. Anti-ice not required. Isolation valve auto. Engine start switch is continuous. Recall checked. No warning. Auto brake RTO. Engine start, levers idle. Flight controls. Do we have the display? We have the display. And the rudder. There we go. Flight controls checked. Ground equipment clear. And now for the taxi. Taxi clearance request. We don't have any ATC. Runway turn off and taxi lights on. Parking brake release and check takeoff configuration. No. So let me just put a radio call on CTAF. Yeah. Fort Worth traffic, southwest 4344, taxiing to holding point runway 36 via Kilo, Bravo, and Foxtrot to Whiskey, Quebec. Fort Worth traffic. Right, with that done, we'll release the parking brake. We are not on taxiway Kilo, that's over here. That's the one. We'll check the takeoff configuration warning. Checked. Some thrust. Do a 90-degree turn. And here we are going on to Kilo. And here we can turn right. Oh yeah, about track IR. Sorry about that. I'll just fix that in my track IR. Let me just break. Sorry about the track IR. It's alt home. No. Area. Alt home. No. How do I reset? Status precision center is F12. Center is F12. There we go. Ah. Is that a plane coming from the front? It's which livery is that? Okay, we're on Kilo, we're going straight ahead. And we're late for departure. We've got 10 minutes to departure. Which livery is that? Which air? Wilker Air. Walker Air. Must be Walker, not Wilker. And which aircraft was that? A319 or Dash 700? Okay, here we are, taxiing quite fast. Slow down a bit, 29 knots, ground speed should be slower. Are we there yet? What's that? This is the end of the concourse. Can't see it. Ah, Bravo. It says Bravo. We turn right on Bravo. It's the first right. That's Alpha, this is Bravo. We take this right and slow down 10 knots. Thrust. Let me know if the track IR or the head tracking is unpleasant. It's a bit jerky. That's because my head is moving like fast, but it's also the stuttering. Right, my checklist, I'll have to hold it up so that if I don't have to bend my head or put my head down. So is that an underpass? That? It's an underpass. Nice. 33 knots, too fast. Which turning do we take? We take Quebec. We have to take taxiway Quebec. Are we on Quebec? Alpha Hotel, Golf. Just a minute. I missed the taxi there. No, I haven't. Don't turn at Golf. Foxtrot. I think this is Quebec. We're going to take this right. That's the runway up ahead. We'll take this. Golf. Thrust. This is Foxtrot, okay. Let me see, yeah, we're on, it wasn't Quebec, it was Foxtrot. I said Romeo. I needed my glasses. I made the wrong radio call. Doesn't matter. A bit faster. 3 minutes to departure. This is Whiskey Papa. We'll take Whiskey Quebec. Whiskey Papa. We'll take Whiskey Quebec. Slow down. Slow down. Here's Whiskey Quebec. Slow down here. Just a minute. Fort Worth traffic, Southwest 4344, holding short of runway 36 right at Whiskey Quebec. Fort Worth traffic. Now, before takeoff checklist, taxi lights off. Strobe lights on. Landing lights on.
Double check your seatbelts and make sure they're securely fastened. We've been cleared for departure.
LNAV armed. Transponder. I didn't set it to alt off.
Cabin secure, ready for takeoff.
Should have set it to alt off. Right, takeoff clearance request, don't need it right now. Fort Worth traffic, Southwest 4344, lining up runway 36 right. Fort Worth traffic. Well, not a good lineup. Since we don't have any ATC to tell us to hurry up, I need to take this. drone camera here. Slightly above. Right. Hold the brakes, and before we do that, Fort Worth traffic, Southwest 4344, departing runway 36 right, via the Mrs. H3 departure. Fort Worth traffic. Should have been 40%, but it's stable. Toga.
Airspeed live.
Checked. There's an aircraft over there. Concentrate. Coming up to V1.
V1, rotate. VQ.
Rotate.
Ready.
Gear up. They're flying. Lift off. And here's the drone camera. Screenshot time. Oops, I have to turn. MF, okay, speed up then.
DFW traffic, American 1407, taxiing to runway 17 right via Lima and Echo Hotel.
Flaps 2.
DFW.
Flaps 1. Windy. And flaps up. Let's do VNAV. Let's do Command A.
Alright, so I'll need your attention for just a few moments. It's been a really long day for us. I don't know what has been for you too. It's going to take just a little bit of a union break. But we don't want anybody to go hungry. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass your snacks down the aisle. If you've never flown Southwest before, we believe in working smarter, not harder. So y'all look up here. This is what we call Southwest Express Snack Service. Coming to you live. Here come your snacks, everybody. Alright, y'all come to that. One sec. That's started. They come on. They come to the back of the plane back there. Alright, y'all slide back. Good job. Alright, here they come. Now y'all look up here. Here's some of your drink.
Seems like my Track has stopped. Fort Worth traffic, Southwest 4344, airborne. Tenth on feet. And release the passengers. After takeoff checklist, gear up and off. IS as required. Flaps are up. Auto brake off. Engine start switches off. Taxi lights off. Transition altitude not yet. Takeoff checklist. VNAV on. Anti-ice as required. At 10,000 feet, landing lights off, logo lights off, seatbelt signs as required. They're off. APU is off. Air pressure check, air conditioning check. Let's do that. Air conditioning packs are running at quite high. Let's put them back to auto. I think I should turn off track IR since it's not working. So I switched it off. If I have to go into the controls, I'll have to let's just go into the controls. Track IR, head tracking, toggle head tracking. And why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? What just happened? Tracking's not working. Just give me a minute, guys. Houston Center's offline, so we're on our own. We'll have to, we'll take the arrival as per our discretion. So we have navigated the SID, and we're almost at Mrs. H, and our arrival is Odad 1 arrival. Fighting Tiger. Okay, Lake Charles is there, Lafayette is there. Okay. From Odad to RQR radio, radio 273. That's Odad. What's our LSU? Direct LSU, that's Fighting Tiger. So LSU, Odad, runway 11, I don't think I'll take the localizer. I don't know. I'll see. What approaches do we have? Odad, Voodoo. Is that Voodoo? It's Voodoo. Okay, what's the flight plan? It says runway 29. Runway 29 is this short? It's a short runway. We're taking runway 11. Taking runway 11. Oh, there's a tailwind. Two 9. Okay, fine. Change to 29. Approach is available. ILS. There's an ILS, there's a localizer, there's an RNAV. RNAV. GPS. RNAV Zulu. RNP. Take the RNP on Zulu. Harvey. On Zulu Harvey. How do I land on runway 29? We'll do the Harvey. Just a minute. Oh, we're above 30,000 feet. Bank angle selector. Runway heading. All right, back to the descent planning. Right. Approach RNAV. Voodoo. Harvey. Start at Harvey. VOR. We'll have to vector ourselves to Harvey VOR. So let's do that. Runway 29, RNAV Zulu, Harvey VOR, Harvey transition. And for arrival, we have the ORDAD by the LSU, the Fighting Tiger transition. Into the box. RNAV Zulu runway 29. RV transition. Ordered 1. Fighting Tiger. LSU ordered Voodoo. And then we vector ourselves to Harvey. Harvey, helmet, and let's see, no, Briss, B-R-R, Briss, Briss, 129. Let's see. Okay. Nice waypoint names. Approach course. Since we're at cruise. Approach course for runway 29 to its 7, with 6, 2 with 7, 2 with 7. With 7, runway heading is to at 6, we do have runway waypoint, so we can make a fix RW Romeo Whiskey 29. We'll have a 4-mile final and a 10-mile final and a 25 nautical mile ring, so that we know we have to switch to CTAF. Frequency. And now, how does this look in the plan mode? Yeah, after Voodoo, we go direct to Harvey by heading select, and then LNAV, VNAV engaged again. There we go. Yeah, discontinuity here, we go like this. All right. Look at that. Why is it all blue? almost at the top of descent. Right, arrival charts prepared. Descent forecast. Request the winds. No, that won't do. 300, 200, 100. Execute, request again. Load and execute. Also, if I check my Vatsim client, the weather for KMSY is KMSY is wind 240 at 10 knots. Okay. Scattered, temperature 34, quite hot. Altimeter 29908. 29903 or 8. Okay, let's check the altimeter again. Not here, here. 29908. That means 29.98. Execute. So that's the winds. Fix page is done. Navrat, we're not doing an ILS, but we can fix go set arrival barrow 29908 set Arna Zulu minimum's 382. Minimum set. Approach reference. Let's just check with the performance tool. Landing en route, runway 29. On next to weather. Rear of 154. And now if you have a look, chart, that should be fine. That should be fine. Auto brake 3. And flaps 30 landing. Minute ref. Flaps 30. 9.7 right now. We'll lose about 1 tons. Add 5 to that. There we go. Init ref set 154. Right. Descent checklist call. I'll set my altimeter to chart, arrival chart. Zero. 11,000 feet. Just do it 20,000 for now. Right. Recall checked. 142. No ATC online. We have Atlanta Center, that's too far away. Nobody wants to cover the Midwest at this time at least. Okay. And now we are going to start a descent. Time for descent. "45 minutes since we left Fort Worth. There we go. "119er 500. That's the CTAF for New Orleans. 119er 500. Put that on standby. Oh, look at that, Mississippi Delta. Very nicely rendered in MSFS. I think that's the Mississippi. It is the Mississippi. Beautiful, beautiful. Do we need drag? I think we need drag. Still above the profile, fighting the tailwind. Oof, that's a high rate of descent. I think we messed it up. Messed up the arrival. Should have descended earlier. Should have been at 11,000 feet at Audad. Let's go down to 11. And yeah, QNH to local QNH. Audad has a 250 feet. No, we are going to do 250 and 11. Speed brakes out. There's no way we can make this restriction. Should have checked the box. There's a heavy tailwind, should have planned earlier. Way above. Not descending. They're going to miss the restriction, or bust it as they say. Can it take 4,000 feet per minute? I don't know. Still not going to make it. It's fine. Not voodoo. We go to heading mode. Going back to VNAV. .096. RVVR should be at 3,000 feet. Descent to 3,000 feet. Heading select, turn heading, right heading, 158, alt intervent, speed intervent,
Ladies and gentlemen, when they start going on descent now, please check to make sure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. Please raise your seat back and your tray table to the forward airlock position. If you've taken carry-on items out during this flight, make sure they are once and properly stowed away. After the overhead compartment or completely underneath the seat rescue. Items that come through the cabin to collect remaining service items. We'll pick up all cups, pens, glasses, any wrappers, or anything else you'd like to discard. We'll gladly keep those items for you. If you are using electronic items, please ensure they remain in airplane mode. And please remain seated for the short duration of our flight. Thank you. We'll be ready in about 10 minutes.
New Orleans approach southwest 4344 at flight level 80, descending to flight level 30 for RNAV runway 29 via the Harvey VOR transition. New Orleans traffic. Okay. Bank angle select 30. Seatbelt signs as required. They're on. Landing lights on. Turn-off lights on. Dark outside. Fuel check. Fuel 8.9. Air pressure check. Air conditioning. Bank angle. Okay. Air conditioning. Seems to be fine. 1,000 to go. Beautiful. New Orleans traffic, southwest 4344, south of the aerodrome, maintaining 3,000 feet, approaching Harvey VOR. New Orleans traffic. Okay, let's slow down. We'll go direct to RV. LNAV, and we'll go to VNAV. VNAV path, FMC speed. Beautiful canals. That's New Orleans. G is working. Onto helmet. Speed into vent. Flaps up. And 2,000 feet. Runway heading. Flaps up. Flaps 1. New Orleans traffic, Southwest 4344, 10 mile final, runway 29. New Orleans traffic. There you go, flaps 1 speed checked, flaps 5.
Line 1.
Starting the recording. Thank you. Running start. All right, we have a crosswind from the left.
2500.
Flaps 15. Gear down. Down to minimums. 300 feet. Speed brake off. Armed. Flaps 25. And flaps 30. VNAV, LNAV. Landing configuration done. Clear to land runway 29. New Orleans traffic, Southwest 4344, short final runway 29, New Orleans traffic. Missed approach altitude, set. We can follow the flight directors all the way down to the runway. Thousand feet.
1000.
A bit above the profile, a disconnect here.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
300. 200.
Continue.
100.
A bit high.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Not good. Reverses. Welcome to New Orleans, everybody. Reverses stored. Speed brakes. Vacate to the left or right? Left. I think it's left. Let me check my chart. Yes, it's left. G3. We'll take G3. Golf 3. Here it is. 1 hour 12 minutes.
Woo! We would love to welcome you to Maui. We're in Minneapolis. For your safety and the safety of those who might fall on, please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened. Seat back and tray table are full upright and locked position, and all those carry out Armstrong where they are. Until Captain Kirk and Boy Wonder bring us to a screeching halt when the gates turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. At that time, please be careful when opening overhead bins, because you know, shifts happen. It'll be really don't do the paperwork. You can use your cell phones now, but only call your family and friends and tell them how much fun Cuddy just had. If you're making a love connection here, a Southwest love connection that is, simply decline, check the CD monitors for flight and gate number. This is the termination of this flight and possibly this cruise, so just a big favor, check around you underneath your seat, your seat back pocket. Make sure you get all your personal belongings, personal problems, anything you brought on board, take those with you when you leave. It has been such a joy. Serving most of y'all. We have many choices in flight. Thank you so much for choosing Southwest. If you did not have a good flight, however, we do have a brand new complaint department we just covered that. So any complaints, any issues you want to get off your chest, feel free to email us at our new northern office at northwest.com. If you have a complaint or tell us you were taken care of and have an honest feedback, you can email us at our southern office at southwest.com. If y'all are home, go out, buckle up, be safe, be kind to one another, don't run to the house. Visitors come back and see us again real soon. And by the way, for those of y'all that can't tell time, we are about 10 minutes early. So the next time we're 2 or 3 hours late, we'll just call it even. Well,
Okay. New Orleans traffic, Southwest 4344 vacated, runway 29, via Golf 3, New Orleans traffic. Now I have to turn on Geo6 and I'll be going to gate number B4 and concourse B4 via Golf. Via Golf. So GSX, gate B4, use it and there it is. Long way to go. Right. Thrust. It's a bit of a slope. Sorry about that. Too fast. New Orleans traffic, Southwest 4344, taxiing to gate Bravo 4 via Golf. New Orleans traffic. Charlie. No, not Charlie. It's on the other side of that building. That concourse. Concourse B. Actually, we should take that line. Here's concourse B. Going all haywire. And here we go. I think this is the last one or the second last one. That's our gate, Bravo 4. That's the one, Bravo 4. My views, what's happened to my views? Parking brake set. Maybe I parked a bit askew, but if you like the flight, please leave a like. Do consider subscribing. I'm not happy with the landing. Came in a bit fast. So let's disconnect from the Vatsim network. And stop the recording. I will replay the recording after this, and after that I'll end the stream. So it's bye-bye from me until the next stream. Take care. Let's just load up the recording. G's can go away. Start.